Hello and welcome to the Finley Pro Press. This is just to give you a quick insight as to what this machine can be used for and a quick look at our embossing plates. We'll start off by putting a little bit of leather in, 2.5, 3.5, it doesn't matter the thickness of leather, makes no difference at all. Put your cutting plate in and put a plate of steel in on top. Then it's just a matter of pumping the handle a couple of times, which pushes the hydraulic jack down through the ram, cuts your piece of leather. You can actually hear it biting down through the leather. Before you release, check that the outside of the leather is rotating, that way you know you've cut clean through it. Release the pressure off. What you should now have is a piece of scrap and there's your round that you've just cut. Yeah. So it'll cut your leather for you, whether it's round, square, buckle, straps. As long as you get a cutter, it will cut the shape that you've got. So what we'll do is we'll now move on, see what we can do with this. Right. Take your leather disc, either use a spray or a sponge, but dampen your leather because you'll get a far better impression. Take your hard plastic base out and put in your foam base, which is just a high density rubber, but you get a lot cleaner impression with it. Put your leather in central, pick whichever block you're going to use. This is a Howling Wolf, this one just because it was close to hand. Put them on your leather fairly central, in under the press. The secret of this whole thing is to keep everything central in line. Heavy plate on top, and then just pump the jack handle up the press until it comes down, just touching it, handle back in. And then 2 or 3 pumps. You don't have to go, the hydraulic press is doing the work, you don't have to pull hard on it. Once you've got it, leave it for a second or two, release the pressure off, plate out. Now what you've got is that impression on your leather. Just to take it another wee stage further, once you hit it with a bit of dye, a bit of polish, it totally changes it. Yeah. Don't know if you can catch that or not on camera. I'll tilt it around a little bit, hopefully you'll get a glimpse of it somewhere. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll pop another couple through just to give you a look at them. What do we take this time? Bike chain. Again, the embossing plates that we make, sometimes they don't look that fancy when you're actually looking at the plate. It's what it can do to the leather that's important. So this is a motorbike chain, which is embossing plate 26. And just while we're talking about the embossing plates, there's a good selection of them on our website, which is afinleyprimitiveCrafts.co.uk or .com. Again, just put everything central. Couple of pumps just to bring everything down in line. Back in, 1, 2, 3. Split second. Release it off. Again, what you've got is a motorbike chain, and that's it now embossed onto your leather. And again, just to give you a quick look, once you hit it with a bit of dye, bit of polish, it just brings it to life. There are no tasks you can't do in this thing. It will cut leather up to any thickness a foot wide. It'll also emboss any leather up to about a foot wide. But that doesn't mean it can't be 2 or 3 foot long because you're feeding it through the machine. We do a bigger machine which is a lot wider, 12 or 13 ton hydraulic press. We also do a 20 ton one. But for the average person doing a bit of leather craft, this is more than big enough. It's tabletop, and it's not that heavy to transport about. You can lift it and sit it in the corner out of the way when you're not finished. These, incidentally, are great for scouting groups or anyone that doesn't have access to sewing machines, etc., etc. And it's quite simply, if I could just pop these in for 2 seconds, just to give you an idea of the sort of easy projects that can be done. Great for gifts for anybody, any occasion. Make a couple up and put them in a drawer. That way when someone gives you a gift and you've forgotten to get something for them, you can quickly slip it out, quick rub on your jumper, stick it in a bag, hand it to them. And it's that simply made, and all you've got inside that, coasters for keeping your cups and your glasses, etc. off tables. There's no sewing, there's no nothing. Very easy, simple tasks for kids to do, etc. We use these machines for embossing from handbags through to components of saddles, etc., etc. There's not a lot you can say. Polymer dyes are made by ourselves. There's a selection on the website, full range. As I say, go to the website, which is Finley Primitive Crafts. We're putting new polymer dye blocks up every day, so look back and forward. If there's nothing that takes your fancy, drop us an email and we can certainly get something made up for you. We can do your own company logos, whatever you're needing, just drop us an email and we'll do our best to help you out. Bye for now.